Well, now we are nearing the end of this, the most glamorous, glittering night of nights in the church calendar. The 7th Annual General Assembly's Faith and Theology Awards. The Gaffers. And I must just apologise to viewers who have joined us expecting to see the Hogmanay celebrations. Due to the extended coverage of this magnificent occasion, Hogmanay 95 will now be shown sometime in August 96. And now for this evening's final and most prestigious award. Kathy.
The nominations for the General Assembly Lifetime Achievement Award are Professor of Divinity and Bible Studies, Dr. Angus Clark; Overseas Missionary Aid Fundraiser, Isabel Gibson; the Very Reverend Alistair McLaren; and the Reverend I.M. Jolly. And the winner is the Reverend I.M. Jolly.
Oh, no! Reverend Jolly, Reverend I.M. Jolly, please.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. This award will be all the more special because, of course, it was voted for by a jury of my peers. As a matter of fact, I was standing between two peers when I heard the name. Well, what can I say? This is all so absolutely unexpected. I'm not remotely prepared. Would you hold that, please? Because this won't be my first speech on national television, you know. I've been personally held responsible for over 40 Hogmanay last calls. The first one was way back in 1952. I remember it as if it was yesterday. I was assured, articulate, positive. Hello. Hello. And welcome to Tolly Television. Holy Television. Under the aegis, under the aegis of BBC religious things. My name is... What's my name? I've forgotten. Oh, yeah, yes, of course, it's Jelly. It's Jolly. I am the Reverend I M. Jelly. And it came to pass that a man fell among thieves, and they beat him and stripped him naked. Is it all right to say naked? No. Oh, well, now, just a minute. Apparently he wasn't all that naked. I mean, he still had his underwear on. And clean on that on. And so, of course, we can all play the Good Samaritan by approaching people lying at the side of the road in their underwear and bundling them into cheap hotel bedrooms. I've done it myself so many times. Especially when I used to wander through the red light district in Seoul. Oh. Good night. Over the next 40 years, I made a string of fantastically popular religious programs. Things like Ready, Steady, Go Forth, Jukebox jolly. Have I got pews for you? Pray watch. Yes, I suppose I became the father of Scottish religious broadcasting. I'd come such a long, long way since my early childhood days. I was born in the hungry 30s, grew up in the flaming 40s, delivering bread and buns and all kinds of horrible weather for an absolute pittance of a wage. Just a child, untidy, unwashed, unmarried. Oh, happy days. What kind of time do you call this? Do you realize we've been waiting for over an hour in there for that loaf? This is a very special occasion, young man. Or have you forgotten? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, dear Ian. Happy birthday to you. Now, blow out your candles. Way! Now, make a wish.
A wish?
Anything you want.
Well, I'm 10 years old. Going to tell me what my name is?
Name? What the devil do you want with a name? Your father's never had a name. All he's ever had was initials. Your father's father only ever had initials. In fact, your father's father was in the jail that long. All he ever had was a number.
But the other boys in school laugh at me because I've only got initials.
Oh, do they? Oh. Well, I don't see your brothers, H.P.O.K. and R.I.P. complaining.
What about my sisters?
You leave B.O. and V.D. out of it. Both my parents were lay preachers. Everyone said my father was a wonderful preacher. My mother was a wonderful lady. As you can all see for yourselves here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, my mother. Thank you very much. I would just like to tell you, you know, when I was having IM here, I was in labour for 3 weeks. 3 weeks I was in labour. Of course, I vote Conservative now. Yes, thank you, Mother. I don't think we need all the gory details. Oh, I'm that proud of him, you know. It was my idea that he'd follow his father into the ministry. The dear wee soul was just speechless with joy. And then he saw Bing Crosby as a priest in this beautiful film called Going My Way. I don't know how many times he saw that picture, but he's modelled himself on Bing Crosby ever since.
Going my
Surely you can find something better to do than hang about a street corner. I'll tell you what, here's an idea. What about forming a choir?
You're kidding. Choirs are city, churches city. Aye, well, you'd like it then, because you are a city. Who you calling city? I'm calling you a city.
Ah, so it's fighting you prefer, eh? All right, if that's what you want. But it'll be on my terms.
Reverend Jolly, are you sure this is a good idea?
Of course it is, Reverend Fitzgibbon. What they don't know is I did a little bit of boxing during my student days. More than enough to win the respect of this little lot.
Don't be jolly.
Box!
Oh, yes, I understand perfectly, Moderator. What with the decline in religious broadcasting, it's vital that we find new ways of ramming the church down, bringing the church to people's attention. Why has it got to be me?
These are the 60s, Jolly. We've got to win over the pop generation. And the only way to get the kids back into the church is to get ministers like you out. Out there, into the community.
Yes, but Moderator, an island community? A Christian commune? My wife and I couldn't possibly survive on a tiny island out in the middle of nowhere.
Ah. Well, of course, your wife wouldn't be going with you.
Yes. When do I leave?
The sooner the better.
Well, that suits me. I can't wait to get out there and start preaching to my flock. Yes! Woohoo! Anybody who wants the Lord's my shepherd? No? Can you see anything?
Roll call.
No, I can't either. Well, now, it's 6 months since we began our Christian community here on the bare island of Scuddy. Let us pray. And let us give thanks for all that we have achieved.
Reverend, stuck out here in the Atlantic, what have we achieved?
How can you even ask that? What about the 60s first Gospel Rock Festival? That was a huge success. Michael Rowe. Hallelujah. Michael Rowe, the boat is shore. Hallelujah.
That's a point, Mr. Jolly. Where did the church get this island from?
I don't know. I think they bought it off some other religious group. What does it matter anyway? One ministry is pretty well like another.
Don't be ridiculous, Jolly. Of course the island's not radioactive. Whatever makes you think that?
Oh, as you can imagine, I got a real buzz and a warm glow out of the 60s. Not to mention a real dose of radiation sickness. But the 60s were to end in deep depression for all of us connected with the church. Cliff Richard lost the Eurovision Song Contest. Right? And my own personal Waterloo was just round the corner.
Now to one of the most remarkable phenomena of Scotland in the 70s, the apparent miracle of Fruchi. Can it be true? Are the waters of this sleepy village in Fife really blessed? Could little Fruchi become the Scottish Lourdes? We sent Elliot Parkinson to investigate.
Well, Mary, word of the miracle grotto is spread like wildfire, and disciples are flocking here from all over the country. In fact, here's a whole coachload from Cowden Beef. And so, here I am in the Scottish Lourdes, Fruchi in Fife. I'll be talking to the Reverend Jolly in a moment if I can catch him between baptisms.
Oh, yes, it's true. This water has miraculous qualities. Function with the Holy Spirit.
Me next, Minister. God, he baptizes again.
Certainly, darling. You want ice and lemon with this thing? No problem.
Minister! My pals speaking in tongues!
Hallelujah! Another miracle.
Tongues, your man!
No, it's a pure miracle. I mean, there's no doubt about it. These waters is miraculous, and everybody else is miraculous. See, look, here's a miracle, here's a miracle. See that man there? That man came here perfectly healthy. Now he can't walk.
Well, since that report, we've investigated the claims of this miracle grotto, and we found that the amazing powers of the water owe less to the deity and more to the distillery, dumping waste mash and yeast upstream. We immediately confronted the Reverend I.M. Jolly with our findings.
Hey, get in my pool. Where do you get your... Just a wee dog, and Dory, just a small one, that is all. And I'm telling you, that Fruchi scandal, it certainly made my wee boy sick. He's written a book, you know. He calls it Jolly the Wilderness Years. He describes how he's dabbling about with all sorts of religions, starting about all over the world. And then at last, he found what he was looking for. A fella human being that had more problems than he had.
Welcome, members. I was absolutely delighted when the Reverend Jolly turned up in the Argentine. He took charge of team morale, and the job he did was absolutely unbelievable. I mean, okay, the lads were naturally a bit down after the first couple of results, but until the Reverend Jolly got there, we really didn't know what misery was.
Oh, the confidence of the team here was at an all-time low. It was just, after that tremendous disaster. So, as of yesterday, I've introduced the squad to a very strict regime of abstinence and meditation.
And how did the lads take that?
Oh, extremely well. Extremely well. As a matter of fact, in the early hours of this morning, half the team were caught climbing back into the hotel. Yes, they'd sneaked out to some local church to pray for guidance. Oh, yeah. I heard them complaining about how slow the service was. Now,
you're sure they'd been out to pray?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, a couple of them were still in the knees.
So, what about tomorrow's big game?
Well, I've told Ali that what he's got to do is to put his trust in the Saviour.
You mean put his faith in the Lord?
No. Put his faith in Graham Souness.
Next day, absolutely tremendous. Unbelievable. Against all the odds, we beat Holland 3-2. It was a miracle, at least. That's how the people of Scotland saw it. Naturally, when we got back home, everybody wanted a piece of the Reverend Jolly.
As I was saying, Minister, the baby's due in December. On Christmas Day, actually. Isn't that terribly appropriate?
What?
Christmas Day. Wasn't there another baby born on Christmas Day? A long time ago?
I'm sorry, I'm not with you.
Jesus.
The baby, yes. Oh, yes, that's right, very good. Why does everybody want to talk shop? So, what's the problem?
Well, you see, we just argue all the time.
What do you expect me to do about it? I mean, if you're already married, it's too late for guidance. I ought to be running a marriage avoidance clinic. When the clinic began all those years ago, little did we realize what lay ahead. The decline in family values, the fall in moral standards, 2 out of 3 marriages breaking up. And not one of them mine. With all that in mind, and with the new challenges facing the church, I've arranged a fact-finding trip to the USA. My mission? To seek new ideas, new inspiration, to explore strange new worlds of religious practice, to boldly go where no church has gone before. Kurt here. I'm on my way. Enough that's for that to talk to.
Would you like a pina colada, sir?
No, I'll just use the toilet. Oh, it's hell, moderator, absolute hell, pardon my French. Somebody's got to do it. Yes, indeed I am. I'm working flat out here. Yeah, as a matter of fact, some of the locals have asked me to do a wedding this afternoon. No, I don't think it's anybody special. So we join this man and this woman in holy match. You, Michael, and you, Lisa Marie. Does the best man have the ring? Yes, I learned a great deal on that trip that I didn't know before. For example, when a pet monkey swallows the wedding ring, you'll have to wait a good 12 hours before you can complete the ceremony. But I also learned that in these liberated 90s, The church must never judge, but simply guide with grace and gentle understanding. I'm terribly sorry I'm late, but there was a terrible road accident just outside the manse. And you know how people will stand there and gawp and stare. I just couldn't tear myself away.
Minister, my fiancée isn't here yet anyway.
Well, I understand you would like to be married in church.
Well, yes. Even though we haven't been regular attenders.
Oh, I like to think we're pretty easygoing about that sort of thing nowadays. So your name is?
Joan. Joan Kelly.
Joan Kelly. And your fiancée?
Janet Fraser.
J-A-N-E. As in Janet. Well, I mean, you're both. Well, obviously you're both. I mean, you and Janet are actually.
Well, if you would just let me.
Understood. No, say, not another word.
No, but you see.
No, I mean it. Not another word. It's just. I mean, don't misunderstand. I have no passion about this one way or another. You know, I don't have a problem. I actually, when I said, you know, the church was pretty easygoing. I mean, what I actually meant was, I mean, you could. God, it's warm in here.
Yes? Reverend Jolly! Reverend Jolly! Reverend Jolly, you have just been chosen to investigate sexual revelations within the church. Have you any personal experience of outings?
Well, yes, as a matter of fact, I have. Only the other day there, I organised a brownie bus trip to Mulgaya.
No, you don't understand. Has anyone ever accused you of being gay?
Gay? What, me? Well, no, but I have been described as a cheery wee soul.
We are talking sexuality here, Minister.
Sexuality? Ah, well. I mean, I'm not one of these clergymen whose sexuality is a grey area. I've been married to Ephesia for years and years and years. And my sexuality is a disaster, really. I met my first and tragically only wife, Ephesia, at the Buckland's holiday camp in 1950. I was one of the famous Buckland's red collars. She was a chalet maid. She mistook me for a holiday maker, and I mistook her for a chalet. And the rest, as they say, is misery. History.
And now, if anyone has just reason why these two should not be married, let them speak now, or forever hold their peace.
Anyone at all? Oh, don't be afraid to speak up. No one. No one can think of a good reason. Come on!
I now pronounce you man and wife. You may now kiss the bride.
My wife, Ephesia, is the rock of my life. It is she who keeps me cheery. When I look into her eyes, I just conjured up a vision of her face there. No, but honestly, I owe all this to Ephesia. If she hadn't stayed at home, sitting there waiting for me, I wouldn't have stayed out there doing all these things. Thank you. Go yourself, son. Go yourself. Going my way, Ma. Going my way. Paul. Paul? Would you be so good as to run my mother home? I have to speak to the nation. I've been a wee bit depressed recently. Not that I ever show it, of course. Now, sometimes I feel I'm just not appreciated. No, I do. When I think of the hundreds of people I've helped over the years, a cheery one here, a comforting one there, a shoulder to cry on, I know I should be doing these things for them. You know, there's no accounting for some people. Look at my brothers in the church. They were obviously jealous of my GAFTA award. Strangely enough, I've just been reading about love and jealousy in what do you call it, the Bible. And this is a sort of up-to-date version entitled Joseph and his Armani Technicolor Anorak. And it came to pass that in the land of Canaan there lived a man called Jacob, who had many, many children. And his wife was forever complaining that it was the chemist's fault. Because he had cheated her over many years by giving her aspirin instead of the pill. And here she was, 20 years married, 17 children, and never had a single headache. But Jacob heeded not her complaints, for it was he who had bribed the chemist. Among the sons of Jacob were Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Judah, Joseph, Jimmy, Shuey, and Gaza. Joseph was his favorite, to whom he gave the many-colored anorak. It was a sort of reddish, yellowish, blackish color, a wee bit like the Partick thistle strip. And Jacob's other sons were jealous and much anger. So one day they took Joseph and they threw him into a pit. Then they sold him as a slave unto a powerful but rather unstable man called Potiphar. In the meantime, the brothers soaked Joseph's coat in buckfast. And they brought it unto their father, saying, "See, our brother became bloated and fell down a well." And Jacob wailed and gnashed his gums. Well, he was an old man. Then he tore his raiment, put sackcloth on his loins, and started to walk funny. And it came to pass that Potiphar's wife was much attracted to Joseph. And she said unto him, "Lie with me, for I fancy thee something rotten." But Joseph rejected her, saying, "I cannot winch thee. For thy coupon is too hackett." Well, Potiphar's wife had him thrown into prison. And in prison he learned to interpret dreams. And the prison governor, hearing of this, said unto him, Last night I dreamed that I went up into the attic of my house, and there found a wasp's bite. Pray, tell me its meaning. And Joseph said unto him, Thy dream is meaningless, for everyone knows a wasp can't go about. And then the king of Egypt, hearing of Joseph's gift, came and said unto him, Last night I dreamed that 7 fat old cows came up the driveway towards the palace. And Joseph interpreted, saying, Your dream means you're about to receive a visit from your auntie. Isn't that strange? I had a dream like that last night. I saw this great fat cow staggering out of the manse. It had mad cow disease and it was trying to get into my car. Oh my God. I forgot I had to drive Ephesia to see her psychiatrist. Good night.
And you can enjoy a little of the spirit of Christmas past